Hi, everyone. Welcome to the College of Fine Arts Convocation. I'm Harvey Young, the Dean of the College. Congratulations, class of 2026. You may be seated. So 4 years ago, we welcomed the newest undergraduate members of our community, today's graduating seniors. And as some of our doctoral students who are here may recall, that year back in 2022 marked a shift at Boston University. A few months earlier, the university ended mandatory COVID-19 masking policies. So that first gathering of the incoming class was a rare occasion. It was possible to once again experience smiles indoors in an assembly like this. On that first day, I offered words of greeting and then stood back, and I marveled at these extraordinary individuals who were now new to the college, and I watched and witnessed as the beginning connections of friendship were forming. And having already attended matriculation a few days earlier, that week, the seniors, this year's seniors, then the first year students, it was very clear to me that they were tired of being welcomed. They were ready to get to work, to dive in and get started. And that was 4 years ago. I am thankful for those first day smiles and laughs. They became an everyday part of life here in the College of Fine Arts, and something that I've enjoyed encountering in CFA hallways, galleries, Zoom rooms, at Symphony Hall in Boston, and most recently at Symphony Space in New York City. And with that joy, the entire class of 2026 helped this community to find connection, to rebuild. It is no secret that we are living in a moment in which societies are internally divided. People do not talk with one another. They often refuse to even listen. The ability to bring people together across differences is an incredibly rare and essential skill set, one that is possessed by our graduates. We also know that the world is chaotic. We gather today as people around the world, including close to home, experience war and famine, bias and intolerance. We celebrate as a community during a time in which families are being separated because a grandparent, a mother, a father crossed a border seeking a better opportunity to provide for their families and friends. And against this backdrop, we need the arts. It is the artist, the designer, the storyteller who has that unique and rare ability to create a world, to see alternate pathways, and imagine new possibilities. It is the artist, the designer, the storyteller who reminds us that we do not have to accept things as they have been or as they currently are, but rather that we can envision something better and then roll up our sleeves and make it happen. This is the work, the good, necessary work to which you've devoted yourselves. On the Charles River campus, Booth Theater is a place of possibility. It is a space that not only gets bigger and grander when music and theater and the visual arts come together, but it's also a venue that transports you across time and space. With each reset, when it returns to its black box core, we find ourselves remembering what was, while also dreaming about what will come next. It is this perspective, to remember and build, to remake and create, to revise and move forward, that is so needed today. These are lessons that emerge across the College of Fine Arts, from our studios and galleries to our practice rooms, where the future is literally rehearsed. In times of division, the arts can serve as a bridge. The arts have always held this power. At the height of the Cold War, when borders were closed and political propaganda disparaged the people on this or that side of a line, the tours of artists and the circulation of their works fostered human connection and dialogue. The arts possess incredible power. Artists have great agency. We know that a society remembers its history, its ideals through the arts. It is for this reason that there's a national conversation brewing right now over plans for a ballroom, a performing arts center, a sculpture garden, a public monument. The arts are prescient, anticipatory, and future-oriented. And as we think about the future, we also look back. One of the great joys of a convocation ceremony is the opportunity to see how far we have traveled. It is a moment to mark time and distance, and more importantly, for us to recognize that the journey has shaped us, transformed us, shifted our worldview, modified our practices, and taken us closer to our goals. And as you head to your next adventure and meet new people in different places, you will bring pieces of this community with you. Lessons and experiences from Boston University will echo in unexpected ways. And if you ever find yourself feeling alone or disconnected, I urge you to put on BU gear, a Boston University hat, sweater, even a lapel pin. It's like a bat signal. You will be amazed how quickly someone nearby will approach and tell you their BU story. It's an incredible thing to experience. So for example, I was in a small town in Norway, and a couple came up to me and enthusiastically told me about how they met at Boston University. Just a few weeks ago, I was on a flight going to Nashville, and a person told me with pride that their daughter was a triple terrier. I was in LA checking in at a hotel, and the person behind me in line tapped me on the shoulder to tell me that his fiancée is a proud alum of this university. A Boston University degree is a letter of introduction to the world. The world is quite small. It shrinks in its grandness because BU makes it possible for you to make those connections. So I encourage you to tap into that network. Terriers are everywhere. Today, we, your friends and family, your fellow graduates, the entire alumni community, your faculty and staff gather to express our admiration at what you have achieved. So in closing, please allow this community of supporters, of friends, of chosen family to allow you to hear, see, and feel their support. Congratulations, class of 2026.